Hello guys, I'm Master Duel Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be going over another DC Cup game, and this is also the last DC Cup game that I'm going to be going over, and then I'm going to be uploading some different content in the future. But I go first. I brick, but I do draw multiple hand traps. Then they start with normal Arvata, which is always like, it always sucks so bad when you have like all these hand traps and they start with normal Arvata. Then they go activate Sanctuary, which places Island, and this is already really scary. They destroy Ash Blossom, which tells me that they probably have another Ash in hand. Not guaranteed though, it's either they have another Ash in hand or they have no fires in hand. Because if you have Ash in hand, you'd want to save Ash for Max C, and then Arvata a different hand trap, especially because they already checked for Ash Blossom. So then you pretty much check for like all the good hand traps at that point, besides like Duel and Nib being like combined together like I have it. So then here they go new chain link Garunix effect, and I think I make a mistake by activating Duel and Lockbird. What I should have done is I should have activated Max C, and then even if my opponent Ash Blossoms it or Arvata negates it, then I can go ahead and just chain Duel after that, because it's a quick effect, not a trigger effect. So I can go ahead and activate that, and I need to also bait out Ash Blossom this turn, and then hope my opponent plays into Nib, and then drop Nib on them. So like I need to Max C, them Ash it, activate Duel, they are Vata, they mess up, play in the Nib, don't make Sunlight Wolf, and then I tribute the whole field. So I need like a lot of mistakes to happen here, but obviously that's just how the game is sometimes, especially when you brick going first and your opponent starts with like very strong engine. So I drop Duel there and they just let it go through. So they summon out the Garunix and then activate the Garunix effect, destroy Ulcanix, and then Ulcanix effect goes special, bring out the OG Garunix. And also while I was playing this game, I was getting coached by Josh Kipp, which is another player that went to Worlds. So we realized that mistake like instantly right when I did it. But something that Josh Kipp was saying here was, I'll actually just let it play out. You'll see it in a second. So they go activate Zombie Vampire effect. I go chain Max C under Duel, and yes, we do know that under Duel we cannot draw off Max C. We know that, but we still needed to bait our opponent's Ash Blossom / Arvata. So we were really hoping that our opponent would just be either like really bad at the game, or because it's a DC Cup and it's a really long tournament, they could just like, oh, I forgot about Duel and Lockbird, or I forget how Duel and Lockbird and Max C works together. So I drop Max C hoping that they stop it, and they actually do activate Ash here. So that was a Josh Kipp play right there. I gotta give credit to him for that. It does make sense in that spot. After us already making the mistake, like, we literally have to like Max C to even have like a chance of winning. So that way they hand trap it this turn. And then, yeah, go ahead, stop that. And then now they resolve the Zombie Vampire here, which will go ahead and look at the top 4. And they hit Ulcanix off their pile plus Wanted off my cards. They do hit Island, though, which does mean I don't have access to that anymore. So they bring out Ulcanix. Then they just go Battle Phase. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I have no problems with them going Battle Phase. And then main phase 2, they link everything off to make a Promethean Princess, because I have nothing that they can Charmer back. So they can't go for a Charmer play. So now they make Princess, on summon, activate Nib, go ahead, tribute the field, and pass over the token. So I also got lucky off their Zombie Vampire Mills. And right there we can see that they had no fires in hand anyways. And then I draw Snake Eye Ash, which it's just like, no shot I draw this card, because that obviously just makes this game easy, because I just normal summon effect. They attempt to imperm. I chain Kieran. I didn't even have to chain Kieran, realistically. I could have just went for, like, Arvata, Ulcanix, and then just win the game anyways. But this is, like, good enough. Like, this is very solid. Because I get to search Poplar, summon Poplar, Poplar effect goes search, grab out the original Sinful Spoil, and then now from here it's kind of just, like, go for game. So right here, at this point, I was very exhausted. So Josh Kipp was like, dude, just make Nightmare Phoenix, discard Nib, pop the set card. No matter what happens, you win the game. Because I was trying to play around Called By. But so here, if I go Poplar effect, target itself, I pop Called By, they go chain Called By to like banish the Poplar. Then we still have original. So we could go like original, send off, I guess, Ponix. I guess, yes. I guess I could send off Ponix. Bring out Oak. Oak special summon back out from the graveyard. Flame Burge. Then use those to go up into like Hida. Special summon back out 2 from the graveyard. Hida go take. I could take like Ulcanix. Ulcanix effect. Give me access to Garunix. Garunix destroy. Ulcanix. Ulcanix level 8. And then obviously from there, like that's just game. And I know every card. So yeah, at this point we were just like, yeah, just go for this. Guarantee the victory. And then they go ahead and admit defeat there. So that match wasn't the greatest. But I did want to talk about like the fact that even though I messed up and used Duel and Lockbird, there was still a way to win the game, and it was put my opponent on make a mistake, and that's drop max C. And you have to realize these DC Cups are not like normal matches of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they like the tournament is 72 hours long, so people are tired during the tournament. They make way more mistakes during this tournament than they would outside of the tournament. So because of that, you can put your opponent on make mistakes a lot. Like, don't just think like, oh, my opponent has to misplay for me to win, I may as well just scoop. No, you can actually win infinite games that you should not be able to win because people make mistakes, because timers run out. And there's also ways to like make the opponent's timer go down more too on your turn. If you take more time in between each action, or like a random amount of time between each action on your turn, then your opponent will have more time to think about the play instead of just holding toggle off. So then that'll actually make them use more timer time. It will make you use more timer time also. But if you can then play fast throughout the rest of the game, you should be fine. So there's like certain things that you can do. But also, you know, the timer thing only matters in some scenarios. But having the opponent make mistakes, like, I think that's a completely fair enough strategy once you're like maybe a few hours into the tournament. But GG's to my opponent. Shape Snatch. Shout out to them for dropping the Ash Blossom on the Max C there. And shout out to me for not dropping Max C, then Droll. Yeah, obviously a pretty big mistake on my end. I was trying to drop Droll, hope that they stop it, then chain Max C. But then I realized, like, they don't have to stop Droll because they just want Arvata to stop Nib. Because it should be able to go for game anyways under it. If they can just combo. So that was bad on my end, and I'll thank gosh that their Zombie Vampire did not hit like crazy cards. Otherwise I could have just gotten like Snake Eye comboed, because, you know, Arvata protection, and also I didn't know what they had in their hand, if they had fires or not. But that is going to be it for the match. Also, wait, this person has more followers than me? Oh nah, they have 500, I only have 400. Come on, hey, yo, if you're watching this right now, come on, drop a little follow real quick. Come on, I need this number to rise up a little bit. Like, come on, I got the world's picture, I got the world's little logo thing. Please, I deserve to have more than someone with an XYZ cup. Alright, but I'm just playing. But with all that being said, the Master Duel Grinder signing off. Peace, have a nice day, stay safe.